We're now learning how the city of Oakland plans to cut its massive budget deficit.
In a report published today, city officials are proposing dramatic cutbacks, including $32 million in cuts to the police department. And they're talking about closing down 6 fire stations. Crown 4's Dan Kerman reports.
The closing of 6 fire stations and the elimination of police special units, 2 police academies, and a slashing of the police overtime budget. That's among the recommendations in this new report by Oakland's city administrator to close a budget deficit projected to be $129 million by the end of this fiscal year in June of 2025.
Any of these impacts are potentially huge for the police department and the way we police and public safety.
Among the cuts, the proposal projects a savings of $25 million through a reduction in police overtime and the elimination of special OPD units, as well as another nearly $7 million in savings by cutting 2 police academies.
This police department operates at nearly half staff where we should be as it is, and it survives off overtime. We have mandatory overtime where we've worked traffic enforcement, sideshow-related operations. Have to backfill for our patrol opening positions, and it's the only way that the police department's been able to function as well as it has been is off overtime.
Tim Dolan with the Oakland Police Officers Association says none of these cuts foster a safer Oakland.
Potential impacts are increase in 911 response time if we have less officers outside handling calls. Also, for future attrition levels, not having academies will reduce our staffing levels down, and it'll have to collapse specialized units at some part, and that means we might not have a traffic enforcement division on the streets, so no motor cops outside.
The proposal would also see the fire department making dramatic cuts, browning out 2 fire stations now at a savings of $5.5 million. Phase 2 would see the shuttering of 4 additional fire stations with a savings of $7.6 million. The report says the cuts will most certainly reduce response time. The Phase 2 cuts also call for the elimination of 91 full-time positions throughout city departments. The City Council will decide whether to accept this budget balancing plan at its meeting on Monday. Dan Kerman, Crown 4 News.